Coach. The city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a Wet n Wild CenturyLink field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is taking you the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, QB, come on.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Nyheim Hines, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, this is Madison. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Cousins on the keeper. And he will push forward and pick up the first down. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Cousins to throw it this time. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to go down again. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to
You hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
3rd and long for Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established his run.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the 31, Cousins is going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Mike is a 15. Check Mike. No pass. No pass. Check 24.
From midfield now, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He lets it fly for one. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him. but he makes it all the way to the 6.
That's good for another Seahawks. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now a give right side. Hines, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Naeem Hines, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Oh, and he pulled it right. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw it is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. Flushed out right. He's got a man, complete. That one goes for 30 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Complete, Smith has it. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route. Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 on the Seahawks 13-yard line.
Hey, box truck.
My 5. Let him know.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On third down, they run with Madison. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
65.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this out past the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Check 9.
Now it's Hines. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Brings up second and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Green 80. Mike's 5-4. Here we go. Watch Green 80.
On second down, Lynch. And an alley to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marshawn Lynch, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Mike 5.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 5. Mike 5.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Cousins lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now it's Lockett. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
On 1st down, Wilson steps away to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissling. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
That's another Seahawks.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Got it.
Shoot!
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. This is Hines. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
It's south, baby. That's baby south. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Safe. Go.
They'll run for it with Hines. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, here we go. Hey, Ringo, 48. Come. Hey, steamer. Mike 5-4. Go.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's Madison. They find some open field here. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Crash. Good route here. Gun. Mike's 56. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Going on the ground with Madison. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Hey, 382, last 50, 300. Bravo. Mike 5. Here we go, D. Mike 5.
Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Right there, 56.
On the toss, Madison. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Listen to me. All right, now here we go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Cousins. This complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Cousins from the gun on third. Johnson's got it complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Oh, you got deep? Let's go, Mike.
Look left.
Don't let him breathe.
Now Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Now Myers for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Play action now. Cousins rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They begin the drive with Hines. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 65 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
This is fielded at the goal line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offensively.
They run again with Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Mike 50. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift-wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Now a give, right side. Hines, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
3rd down.
Gun.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 46. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
46-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Minnesota.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Man, I got you.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Lets it fly and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Pick it up, G. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Check right, check right. Watch on. Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, come on out here, come on.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Gun.
Bumps up the helmet. Here we go.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 36 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing his Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
Hey, we're good.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
54 Mike. Coming. Watch the
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll run it with Madison. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Bang, bang, bang. 50. Hey, no, easy. Gun.
Mike 5. You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey, wahoo.
Mike 5. No chance.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Cousins now. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards the pickup there.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it's second down. They'll run it here with Logan. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run with Madison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
48.
First down, Vikings.
Black. Fresno. Where's the hot?
On play action, Cousins. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Madison running left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense